We hope you find the discussion guide to be helpful when planning an IEP for a student who is deaf or hard of hearing. Deaf and hard of hearing students have unique challenges because access or lack of access is not something that can be seen. Each student is unique. Each student is an individual. What works for a hard of hearing student with a moderate hearing loss in both ears may not work for another student with the same type and degree of hearing loss. The prompts in this guide are tools to help you to think of different ways students are impacted by incomplete access within the home, classroom, workplace, and college. Along with evidence-based resources, this guide is a powerful planning tool for the IEP team members. The last section of the discussion guide contains 6 appendices and a glossary. Appendices 1 through 6 include supplemental information, provide samples, and offer resources and references where teams can find additional help and support. Throughout the guide, we have mentioned various legislation and laws that protect and support deaf and hard of hearing students. These are important to ensure that student needs are being met to the fullest extent possible. Specific laws and legislation are listed in Appendix 1, with links that will direct you to the full document and sources of information. Appendix 2 lists assessments that can be used to evaluate a student who is deaf or hard of hearing. These lists were created by teachers of the deaf and hard of hearing to help teams evaluate the expressive and receptive language skills of deaf and hard of hearing students. Appendix 3 includes sample adaptations. A specific example is for a hard of hearing student with a profound hearing loss in her left ear and a mild hearing loss in her right ear, who is in the general education setting for all her classes. These examples are to be a guide and are not comprehensive. The individual student's needs and abilities should be taken into account when determining educational adaptations. Others may also include a sign language interpreter, cued English transliterator, note taker, and real-time captioning services, as well as other adaptations specific for students. Appendix 4 and 5 include examples of language-focused goal pages for elementary level students and secondary level students with a hearing loss. Having a hearing loss or deafness affects communication in many different areas. It is important to focus on language and communication access in all goal areas, not just under the communication heading. Students ranging in hearing levels, ages, abilities, modes of communication, and school placements are included. Each student example contains a class, which is the present level, that provides important information that should be included in every deaf or hard of hearing student's IEP. These include a brief summary of the student's hearing loss, including functional listening evaluation results where appropriate, the language of instruction as well as home language if applicable, educational background, and the impact of being deaf or hard of hearing has on access in different settings. Our next to last appendix, which is 6, is an example of a profile or transition checklist that was shared by Metro Deaf School to help teams gather some ideas about areas that need to be discussed when planning for transition for the post-school years. The final appendix includes a glossary of terms. The authors of the discussion guide, Developing a Language and Communication Focused IEP for Students who are deaf, hard of hearing, hope that you can use this tool during your IEP meetings. We hope that the prompts will help you and the other people on the IEP team to think about how language and communication are affected whether the student is deaf or hard of hearing, or if the student also has disabilities. We also hope the information and prompts help you to make decisions that benefit the student and provide the best access to language, communication, education, peers, and the many areas that are discussed. We hope this discussion guide will help create a strong plan and lead to positive, lifelong outcomes.